Trudie, craze.
Hi guys! In today's video I'm going to be recreating the Bart Beans character and it's a season 2 Shopkins, and this was requested on Instagram as well as YouTube by Brooke Travers. So I do have actually a couple of these. I believe it's a common, but leave me a comment down below if I'm wrong on that. So for this one, what you're going to be needing is some orange clay, and you'll need some little balls of orange clay for the feet and 2 for the hands. Now I don't have any gold clay, but I do have gold paint, so that's what I'm going to be painting on there once it's baked. So you'll need a flat piece of clay for the top, as well as a little tiny piece that we're going to turn into the tab on top of the can there. And then also I rolled out a thin piece of brown clay, and that's just going to be for the outside rim there. And then also some green. This is the wasabi green, so this will be for the label. And I think actually what I'm going to do, I've made one ahead of time, and this is just a little tiny one compared to the actual Bart Beans. But I just painted on some green, and I'm also going to paint on the little pink ribbon here as well. So it's totally up to you guys. You can use green or you can paint on the details. So for the one that I'm going to make, before I go ahead and bake it, I'm just going to use some green for the label. So let's go ahead and recreate our little Bart Beans here. So I'm going to make a little cylinder shape. Now the reason why I made the other one kind of tiny is just because I'm trying to use the least amount of clay as I can, because I have to still get to Michael's. So I just wanted to have enough to show you guys. So once you're happy with the size of the can, like so, then you'll go ahead and put the little feet on. Just kind of smush those together, pop that on there. And so we have one arm. Actually, I'm going to wait and put the arms on because we have to put the label on here. So again, you can either use clay or you can paint it on afterwards. But this is actually a really nice color green. It's really bright. So I'm just going to lay that on the front. So that's for our label. And then I'll go ahead and put the arms on. So we have one in the front sort of covering up his mouth, and then the other one is pointed towards the back, like so. And we'll make a little tiny mouth there. So he's coming along pretty good. And you'll just take some brown clay and flatten that out into a circle, just big enough to fit on the top. And then roll out a thin piece of brown, or whatever color clay you're using. And that's just going to go around the top, just like so. So once you get it to stick on there, then to make the little tab on the top, just flatten out a piece of clay, and you make a little circle in the top, and then another little indent there, so you have something that looks like that. And we'll just place that right on top. Oops. So there is our basic shape for Bart Beans. So I'm just going to kind of flatten everything out and get it the way that I want it to look. And I think that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and bake it at 275 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. Alright, so this is the one that I baked previously, and as you can see, it is much smaller than the actual Bart Beans. So what I ended up doing was just painting over the brown with the gold, and it may take a couple coats. I find the gold paint does take a couple thin coats to achieve the darkness that you want. So what I'm going to do on this is paint the eyes on here, and then also the little label, and I'm going to try to attempt to put the little words in there, just as beans across there, but we'll see if I have enough room. So it's a bit of a challenge just because I made it so small, but let's give it our best shot. Alright, so I have my little mini-me Bart Beans here. So it was a little finicky just because I made it kind of small. I ended up having to move the eyes down a bit. So if you guys are going to create your own, I would suggest either making it bigger. It doesn't have to be the same size as this, but if you want everything to fit in, then definitely you'll probably have to make it this tall. So this was a little bit of a challenge, but I still like the way that it turned out. It's still pretty cute. It's just a little itty bitty can of beans. So what I ended up doing, I just painted the purple ribbon on there, and I wrote the words beans across the top. I used this marker, and you'll have to excuse the top. My cat chewed on the lid. Luckily you didn't get the ink, but this is just a really fine tip marker, and it's permanent. So it is waterproof on paper, so for putting the gloss glaze over top, I'll just probably avoid that area so it doesn't smear. But I will probably paint over the eyes and that there with the gloss glaze, and maybe the whole can. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and maybe you'll learn from my mistakes of not making it super tiny. But like I say, you don't have to always make it exactly like this, but just something along the lines of that, so you can just kind of put your own spin on it. So anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!